Before we talk about examples of chromosomal aberrations and their resulting disorders, let us first have a review of the structure of a DNA and a chromosome. The DNA, which is a double-stranded molecule, is the blueprint of the information of life, which is, for example, for us humans. The DNA molecules are condensed into a chromosome. Now, for humans, we have 46 chromosomes found in every nucleus of the somatic cells of our body. In the humans, these 46 chromosomes usually come in pair, so one set will come from the father and one set will come from the mother. However, in some cases, one of the parents may actually contribute more than the normal number of chromosomes. In the figure, so what you can see there, the mother contributes an egg cell which has 24 chromosomes, wherein this egg cell is fertilized by a sperm cell with 23 chromosomes. The resulting offspring will have an extra number of chromosomes. So from 46, it now got 47 chromosomes. An example of this condition is what we call as the Down syndrome. Why? It's because there is an extra copy of the chromosome number 21. So from 46, the organism now has an extra copy of the 21st chromosome. The other term for the Down syndrome is trisomy 21. These are photos of persons who have Down syndrome or trisomy 21. They have almost the same physical appearance because what is affected is an autosome or a body chromosome. Now, this is what happens in a normal separation of the chromosomes in meiosis. So there is no problem. So the products now contain 23 chromosomes. So this is an example of these are examples of egg cells produced in meiosis. Once these egg cells are fertilized, 23 plus 23, that results to 46 chromosomes. So that is normal. For Down syndrome, it results into the non-disjunction of the chromosomes during the anaphase, meaning they do not split apart. So let us say, for example, that in anaphase, the homologous chromosomes did not separate. So as what you can see there on the screen, the homologous chromosomes did not separate. Then one cell would end up having both chromosomes and the other one gets none. Then the result would be in meiosis 2, there would be 2 gametes produced with an extra copy of chromosome, while the other 2 having a missing chromosome. Non-disjunction may also happen. So let's focus now our attention on the right side of the screen. Non-disjunction may also happen in anaphase 2. If this happens, one cell would have an extra copy of the chromosome, one cell will have a missing copy, while the 2 chromosomes are normal. If these cells having extra number of chromosomes are fertilized by a sperm cell, then the combination would result into a cell having 47 chromosomes, specifically with an extra copy of the chromosome 21, hence the name trisomy 21. Aside from non-disjunction, these disorders may also result from Robertsonian translocation or just translocation, wherein parts of 2 chromosomes switch. In this case, we have chromosome number 21 and chromosome number 14, wherein the long arm of chromosome number 21 translocates over chromosome number 14, forming now 2 new hybrids, one with both long arms and the other one with both short arms, which doesn't carry much genetic information and is usually lost in the process. This could happen in this manner. The translocated chromosomes, which are these 2, would split into 2 cells in meiosis 1, having one cell with normal number and composition of chromosomes, while the other one has the translocated chromosomes. After meiosis 2, there is a production of 2 normal cells, while there are 2 cells which are called as the balanced carriers, which still contain the right amount of genetic materials because what are left are the long arms. On the other hand, let's focus now our attention on the right side of the screen. The translocated chromosomes separate into different chromosomes, to different cells. One translocated chromosome was brought into this cell, while the other one was brought in this cell. Now, the cell having both the short arms would have a missing chromosome since the short arm chromosomes gets lost during the process. Therefore, it results into a condition called as monosomy, in which in this case, in this example, this is called as the monosomy 21 because it does not have a complete number of copy of the chromosome number 21. While the other cell having both the long arms divides into two cells, forming now gametes with an extra number or with an extra copy of the chromosome number 21. Aside from Down syndrome, there is also called a disorder called as the Klinefelter syndrome. Klinefelter syndrome happens to males wherein the last or the 23rd pair of the chromosomes of males is made up of the X and Y chromosomes. But because of non-disjunction, there are cases that there is an extra copy of the X chromosome. So in this case, this is the normal. However, because of non-disjunction, this results now into Klinefelter's syndrome because there is an extra copy of the X chromosome. So we have XXY. So this is what happens in a normal meiosis. So the separation of homologous chromosomes is normal, and also the separation of the sister chromatids is normal. However, again, in Klinefelter syndrome, this could happen. The homologous chromosomes did not separate from each other, specifically the X chromosomes. This could also happen. The non-separation of the chromatids can also happen in meiosis 2. So the sister chromatids did not separate from each other. So it now results into two copies of the X chromosome. Now, if this is fertilized, this would result into a two number or a two copies of X chromosome having one copy of the Y chromosome, forming now this XXY. And again, this results into Klinefelter's syndrome. So this is an example of a person having Klinefelter's syndrome. And again, this happens to males, and the symptoms are most apparent at the stage of puberty. And these are the following symptoms: hypogonadism, in which case people having this syndrome have small testicles and penis, and they are sterile or unable to have children. Then they are tall, they have long legs, they have short torso, and they have broad hips. Then they also have this gynocomastia, wherein this is the development of breast tissue. Then they have less muscle mass, less facial and body hair, weaker bones, lower energy levels, and because of the development of breast tissue, there is an increased risk of having breast cancer and osteoporosis. And usually they may live as men because again, genetically they are men, they have the X and Y chromosome, or they may also develop atypically or non-conforming. Then the last one would be the Edwards syndrome. This is just the same. The concept is just the same with the trisomy 21. However, in this case, what are duplicated or there is an extra copy of the chromosome number 18. So now we have these 3 chromosome number 18 in a cell. And examples of people having this Edwards syndrome are the following. So they actually also have the same physical features because what are affected are the autosomes or the first 22 pairs of chromosomes of the body.